So we are in Ward 5, Chiendambuya in Makoni district. We are here to appreciate the Pfumvudza adoption and what these farmers are doing, really innovating around Pfumvudza and enhancing Pfumvudza, and what the extension officers here are really doing to ensure and to improve adoption of Pfumvudza as well. So in this ward we have over 100 farmers who are practicing Pfumvudza, not just the lower level Pfumvudza, but Pfumvudza top notch. These they have commercialized the Pfumvudza concept. Yes, they are still doing the potholing, they are still doing the mulching, they are still doing crop rotation, but they have now gone to higher levels where they now experiment and adopt other things. Water harvesting here is very practiced at a very high level. So they use tide ridges, they use infiltration pits, they use various other methods of mulching. They are also really practicing intercropping on their small plots, but they have taken this concept to a higher level where the yields are now there for them, for everyone to see. So we are seeing for maize, for example, maize crops which are going towards 7 tons, 10 tons, and even beyond. And this is because the crops are really well fed and they are really practicing Pfumvudza at the top level. They are also practicing farmer field school. So we are seeing the old Pfumvudza farmers who have been practicing Pfumvudza since 2020 and before that, and we are seeing the later adopters like where we are now, we have adopted Pfumvudza in the last 3 years, but already we are seeing that they have done very well. They started with one farmer field school. Now, because of the numbers, they are now getting these to be 3 in different villages, which is a testimony that the farmers are seeing and the farmers are practicing and the farmers are now adopting fully. So we are seeing that here, and this is why we said let's come here with a different focus, not just attending a field day, but really seeing what each individual farmer is doing. They are also working very well with their partners, the private sector. Seed houses are here, very strong, giving them the appropriate varieties, climate smart. This is natural region 2B, and they should be planting mainly the medium season to late season maize varieties, but we are seeing different seed houses giving them different and appropriate maize varieties. We are also seeing the same seed houses giving them sorghum and rapoko and sunflower and sugar beans in a bid to ensure that the farmers diversify. So the cooperation here and they working together with the private sector and development partners is key. We are also seeing them here trying out different fertilizer combinations and different fertilizer types. We are seeing them working with private sector to try out other types of fertilizers, including organic fertilizers, and we are seeing them here. The farmers are trying out, comparing plots where they've done organic fertilizer application and where they've done the general synthetic fertilizer application. The results are of course very impressive, and we would want the farmers to testify themselves what they are seeing. More importantly, that is also bringing in a lot of analysis by the farmers themselves. And of course, we do have the Department of Research, Innovation and Specialist Services, whose mandate is to research in different kind of fertilizers. We also have the Farm Feeds and Fertilizer Institute, which also regulates the same. So any fertilizer which comes into the country, we regulate, we test, we ensure that it's of good quality, and we ensure that it can be utilized by our farmers. Yes, we have done a lot of research in terms of organic fertilizers, and we know that these are generally slow release fertilizers, which not only helps the food that the crop, the nutrients that the crop require, but they also help in ameliorating the soil condition and improving the soil condition. So yes, organic fertilizers do work, and the important thing to note is that they keep being improved. So what we are seeing here is obviously the latest technology in terms of organic fertilizers. What we have seen is certainly that, and what we've been told here is that it helps in unlocking certain fertilizers which are locked in the soil, which is an important factor because that improves nutrient uptake and fertilizer use efficiency. So they keep improving, and the important thing is that in our institute and in our Department of Research, we keep tag and we keep track of these fertilizers that come in so that our farmers can benefit. So we have done with these organic fertilizers, we have tested them at our institute and at our research centers, and we have the results. We know that certainly when they are doing farmer trials like this, we also compare those results, and from the visual results that we see in the farmers' fields, we are on the right track to ensuring that we can popularize organic fertilizers. Cost of fertilizer is definitely the biggest cost driver in production of these crops, and adopting organic fertilizers is showing that the farmers can now cut costs and increasing their profits. So we are really seeing that the farmers are starting to innovate and utilizing what they are seeing to develop their farming. Even though it's very small scale here, they are developing it to commercial levels. They are also going into commercial crops, paprika and other commercial crops, and that is very impressive at a very small scale, but they are realizing the importance of commercial cropping and linking themselves to the market. So this is what we have come to see. It's a different kind of field day. It's really seeing how much they've adopted. Most of these farmers we are seeing here, they don't know the taste of drought. They have adopted Fumfuza, they are climate proofed, and they are seeing the results, and I don't think any one of them would want to go back. We have seen some have built houses, some have developed things, so they are really seeing the benefits of doing things and doing agriculture properly and in a business fashion. It's being slow release. So when you are using synthetic fertilizers, the chemical fertilizers, once you apply them, you have 2-3 days, you start to see a response because they are synthetic, they are chemicals, so they quickly get in there. So besides the organic fertilizers being slow in releasing, so you have to use them consistently so that you can see the results. The side effects are not there because these are organic. They are part of the natural ecosystem. They don't boost as such. The chemical fertilizers come in and they boost crop growth. You can't come in with an organic fertilizer as an emergency, but you can come in with a chemical fertilizer as an emergency. So there are no side effects as such, just that they are really slow release, and for those that want their crops to respond quickly and urgently, they then use the chemical fertilizers. Organic fertilizers help you in building up the ecosystem, building up the soil, and the results are more long term than short term.